Good morning.
Okay, now, Gracie.
I can't seem to remember that, even though it's written right on that paper.
Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
Welcome to the Center for
Good
Scripture
morning.
in North Metro. I'm Reverend Michael Torphy,
I'm Reverend Valerie Torphy.
and we have Greg and Sheila Fawson, who are our producers.
Hi.
Our special, wonderful, really special music is Paul Landsittel. Hi, Paul.
Yeah, and I just was remembering today that Paul was with us for our very, very, very first service and has been with us the whole time here, and we're just appreciating Paul for that. And so thank you, Paul.
Yes. You want to start us with that?
I would love to. So I just invite you to close your eyes. Take a nice, deep, cleansing breath. Recognizing that there is one power, one presence, one life, one infinite intelligence in, as, and through all that is. It is the life of each one present today. It is the life of everyone everywhere. It is the life of this service as it unfolds this day. And so I bless each one of us, those of us who are speaking, those of us who are doing music, those of us who are coordinating everything, those of us who are reading, those of us who are joining us live, those of us who are joining us online now and later. I just bless this planet. I bless this service, and I'm just so grateful for our beingness, grateful for the opportunity to be here. And so I'm just absolutely grateful, and I release this word, let it go, and together we all say, and so it is.
So it is.
So it is.
Well, I'm ready for a song.
All right. I'm here for that.
All right, Paul.
Yay. We're glad for it.
Yeah, you're not
This-
just holding the guitar to look good.
You do look good, though.
This first song I'm going to do, I'm going to dedicate to the veterans. Veterans Day is coming up here soon, so this is a song called Love Takes All. No one knows the trouble you've seen, guided only by the light of a dream. When everything grows dark at the end of the hall, you'd be scratching for the door when you hit the wall. You may be down and out with nothing to show, blessed or cursed, don't even know. Have no fear, you're not alone. When the end is near, you're just going home where love takes all. Love takes all. No matter how far you fall, love takes all. May have secrets that will never be told, carrying the burden to have and to hold. You have a story, but no one to tell, that the way to heaven goes through hell. When the race is over and it's your last ride, it's not that far to the other side. It's all downhill from here. If your engine's stalled, you're gonna make it to the finish line. If you have to crawl where love takes all, love takes all. No matter how far you fall, love takes all. Young and old, the meek meek and the mild, the sinner and the saint, beast and the child, the chosen ones, the lonely ones, the greatest and the least, the strong and the brave, the man and the beast, all go where love takes all. Love takes all. No matter how far you fall, love takes all. Love takes all.
Yeah.
That was amazing. Thank you so much.
Yes. Thank you. We're going to do some business here, and then we'll get back to you for another song. Thank you, Paul.
So like us and check in on Facebook at CSL North Metro, and go to our website, cslnorthmetro.org, and there's a brand new blog out there for November. Yeah, and the affirmations and the affirmative prayer are out there. You can request prayer, and all the things that are going on are on our calendar, and all the links. So if you ever miss the links, they're always on our website. So if you shop on Amazon and you haven't selected somebody else for your charity yet, so please consider selecting Center for Spiritual Living North Metro, and then when you shop, we get paid. So thank you so much. And you've already heard our guest artist for today, Paul Landsittel, who has been with us since our very, very first service, and we're so, so grateful for his consciousness and for his amazing talent.
Yes.
And today's reading is from The Voice of the Master by Eva Bell Werber.
Oh, and I have an announcement. I'm an artist in the area, in the North Metro area, and I want to let people know about our fall member show. It's with Louisville Art Association in Louisville. It's November 18th through the 21st, and the location is 801 Grant Street in Louisville. You can find it on louisvilleart.org. And I just wanted to read to you a little bit about their purpose. Louisville Art Association is a Colorado nonprofit that exists to help fulfill the universal human need to create and enjoy visual arts. They provide the opportunity and encouragement in our community to come together to improve artistic skills, share their creations with others, and more fully appreciate the wonders of our visual world. If you are into art at all, I would suggest, I really recommend you'll check it out.
Yes.
And all right, now I'm going to do the affirmations for today. The affirmations are written by Stephan Anthony. And please repeat after me. The love in my heart warms and blesses my life.
The love in my heart warms and blesses my life.
I was made from the substance of Spirit's pure perfection.
I was made from the substance of Spirit's pure perfection.
My soul is connected with God through the oneness of life.
My soul is connected with God through the oneness of life.
I manifest and create Spirit's vision for me in every moment.
I manifest and create Spirit's vision for me in every moment.
The abundant good of the universe nourishes me always.
The abundant good of the universe nourishes me always.
Greatness expresses through the essence of my being.
Greatness expresses through the essence of my being.
And together we all say,
And so it is.
all right. And the reading, as Reverend Valerie said, is from The Voice of the Masters by Eva Bell Werber. Listen, for I would have you recognize me, the Great One, within your own being. Take time to live in that knowing. and to love me until you are submerged in and by that love. Then shall all your being be love, and you shall draw only love to yourself. To draw love to you is not done by striving, by seeking for it in the without. Not even your longing or need for it will bring it to you. It will come by being very still and opening the door of your heart into the room where I dwell. There you find me, all love and sweetness, all companionship. Learn to dwell so close to me, who am all love, that your outer world cannot fail to reflect love back to you. I am personal within you. My face is lovely and my voice is low and sweet. As you so dwell in inner consciousness of me, I shall be clothed in outer form for you, and you shall meet me day by day along life's highway. Peace, my beloved, love and joy reign in your heart, for there I do dwell. Lord of your being, lover of your soul. If I did not so dwell, no love in the outer life could satisfy you. By your recognition of me, you shall find peace and rest, joy and comradeship, such as you have never known before. Then shall the outer realm in which you dwell be a radiant one, and you shall step forth and claim the holy realm given to those who love God in their hearts. Again I say, peace, rest, joy, fulfillment. These are the gifts I bear in my hands for you.
Thank you.
Beautiful. Thank you.
From that deep place of clear understanding what love is, we move to Paul Landsittel. And there he is, love himself.
Well, this is a song called Love Divine.
Oh, yeah.
I sit down, take a breath, relax, unwind. Don't need any more facts to find peace of mind. Going within, coming out with a grin, longing for this moment of bliss. Maybe losing my mind just to be aware of the presence within, a quiet prayer. Oh, love divine, blaze within this heart of mine. Oh, love divine, all around this heart of mine. Oh, love divine, I am found in this heart of mine. I dislocated my ego. What a shame. What am I anyway? A speck of dust with a name. Out of the great unknown, into flesh and bone. A traveling soul trying to call home. Maybe losing my mind just to be aware of the presence within, a quiet prayer. Oh, love divine, blaze within this heart of mine. Oh, love divine, all around this heart of mine. Oh, love divine, I notion of eternity gives off quite a buzz. It's much bigger now than it ever was. I'm just chasing time between Venus and Mars. I take a glass of midnight, I drink in the stars. Maybe losing my mind just to be aware of the presence within. Quiet prayer. Oh, love divine lays within this heart of mine. Oh, love divine, all around this heart of mine. Oh, love divine, I am found in this heart of mine.
Yeah.
Wow, thank you so much.
Yes. Thank you, Paul. Awesome as usual. Okay. We'll see you in, well, when will we see you?
Yeah. Whenever we stop talking.
Yeah.
To be precise.
All right. Thank you, Paul. Life is sweet.
It is.
What I know is wherever you go, whatever you do, whatever you're going through, its sweetness will always meet you. It is always there, present and before you, within you and all around you. And there's nothing that can take that away from you but your own thinking. And once you allow yourself to think anew, then you'll discover it never left you. It was always with you and always will be with you. We're all on a sacred journey. I'm thinking now that anybody who's listening to this or are participating in this have had connections with God where we felt its sweetness, and it kind of brings you down to your knees. That's kind of a weird metaphor, but one people can relate to, and you feel this fullness inside you. You feel this warmth, this ever expanding realm of possibility, and that is our journey. And sometimes our journey can take us to places that we don't necessarily want to be. And sometimes our journey can take us to places we're so grateful to be. But it's all our journey. And each one of us are on the same journey, but we're on our own personal paths. And no two paths are alike. We have agreed to take this path in this time and space. And where we go, we don't know, but we are always going somewhere. I've discovered that my path, and I'm sure it's true for your path or who's ever, that there's times when the path is so wide that the sweetness of God is just constantly with you, and you're in this place of thanksgiving, and you're moving in grace and ease, and everything's wonderful, and then the path all of a sudden narrows, and a lot of folks begin to worry when the path narrows because they don't know they don't have that same feeling of having an epiphany. That they feel like maybe they may get lost because the path is narrowing so narrow, and the path can almost look like it comes to an end sometimes. And you know inside you that the path never ends; it continues forward all the time, but you don't know the next step to take. And you find yourself, sometimes, some folks find themselves, I won't claim that for everybody, but some folks sometimes find themselves worrying, and the worry never has helped you move forward in any capacity. And some folks just blindly continue on hoping that they're on the path, and they are on the path, but they've created kind of like a detour. And the detour is okay, but straight and narrow is always the best. It always fulfills you in a more profound way. So when you get to this place, and I don't know, there's different ways that can cause this path to narrow. Maybe it's something at work changed and it's thrown you into a place, a spiral that brings you down and you're feeling a little lost. Or maybe a relationship changed and you don't feel like your feet are solid on the ground. You're feeling a little upset, or maybe you have a health issue, or maybe a project that you were on feels like it's going to fail. All those things makes the path narrow. But what I know is that if you just stop, anybody that's hiked and has moved on a trail and has come to that place where you don't know where the trail kind of goes, you may have lost where it continues. Well, there's different ways to approach it. One way is to start clearing around you, clearing everything so you can see where the path is, and hopefully you discover it. Well, it's the same thing on the spiritual path, that in order to move forward when your path feels like it's come to an end, you want to clear away everything that is of concern to you in that moment. Just move within and allow yourself to know that everything is in divine order. Everything is moving forward and you're with it. I have a little thing that I suggest you can do when your path narrows or comes to or feels like it's stopped and you can't, and you want to move forward. Just close your eyes, move into that inner place, and claim for yourself. The way is clear because I am clear. My way is clear because I am clear. And just repeat that. And you don't have to be in it's like a mantra where you're repeating it all the time, but repeat it to yourself by knowing when to say it again. And at some point, and it has always worked for me, and I'm sure it can work for you, but at some point, when you say my way is clear, it becomes clear. Mm-hmm. And there's nothing magical about it. It's just the way it is. It's just the way it works.
It feels kind of magical, though.
Yeah, it can feel magical. But when you've practiced it for many, many years and you've had many occasions to have taken that step mm-hmm. and cleared and made the path clear again, it becomes, yeah, that's the way life is. This is the way it's supposed to be. No other way can fulfill me. This is the fulfillment of my glory, because the sweetness of God meets you right where you are all the time. And the sweetness of God is such a personal relationship, such a loving relationship. I love those two songs that Paul sang because it said it all. Mm-hmm. It really did say it all. We can't ever clearly explain what it's like to have the experience of feeling that sweetness within us. And what I know is that when you feel that sweetness within you, you've arrived. Mm-hmm. And your arrival is temporary because you'll start walking again and the path will take you on its wide journey and it'll narrow again. And that's the way life is. I was going to tell a story, but I think I want to let you share for next.
Okay. So I have been just being with this title this week and places where it shows up for me. There are, believe it or not, a few people in my life that I have had some challenges getting along with. And sometimes I move into that place where right and wrong and good and bad and blaming and shoulding and those kinds of things. And so I've had the opportunity to really go within and realize each one of us is on our own path. And my path, when I have those opportunities, is to react with love. Because every person's on their own path, on their own place where they are. And my path then is to stay out of judgment, stay out of shoulds, and just be that loving presence for each person to unfold the way that they're unfolding, which isn't necessarily how I would write their script. However, it's not mine to write. Mine's not mine to write, and theirs isn't mine to write. And so to just be able to feel the feelings I'm feeling, and then understand, okay, I'm feeling this feeling and I'm having these thoughts. And so I have the opportunity to release those now, because going into shoulding, going into blaming, going into whatever I feel like, everybody, I know this is really hard to believe. Everybody's not actually here to just please me.
Really?
I know.
Oh,
They're on their own paths. And so mine is to stay out of judgment, to stay out of thinking it all needs to unfold like I want it to unfold. And so I've also had the opportunity where a lot of what I do is really technical. And sometimes I just don't know how to solve an issue. And so what I have learned over much time is thinking and striving and working and trying doesn't do it. I have to put it aside, let it go, be still, and the answer just magically appears. And we have already talked about it's not magical. That's the way things work. And sometimes I have to learn the same thing over and over and over. And so it takes me sometimes a little while, and I'm really striving at a thing to realize, oh yeah, this isn't how it works. How it works is I be silent for a while and quiet for a while and just let it bubble up so that then I know what to do. It's just, it feels magical. It's like I didn't know. I was striving. And there was a song I wanted to mention today, and it was running through my head all day yesterday, and I didn't write it down. And so today I can't think of it. And so it's really weird. And so I'm standing here realizing, okay, if it were something I was supposed to talk about today, it would be here. And so if it's not, that's not my thing to do today. I'm talking about other things. I just absolutely release that, trying to remember the words to that song, because if I were supposed to talk about it, I'd know it.
yeah.
So when we take that time, whatever's going on, whether it's, oh, I have a challenge with somebody when I think they should be doing what I think they should do and they're not, or whether it's something that's technical that I'm not thinking of right now, just remembering the stillness. And it's really important to talk about that as a practice as well, because the more we practice it, the easier all of it gets, right?
Yeah.
So,
Absolutely.
because I can certainly remember, actually, when I first started meditating, it was really easy. And I saw colors and had experiences, and it was lovely. Then I went through this time when it wasn't. It was just like thinking. I can remember a day I'm sitting in my chair, I'm doing my thing, and I'm realizing I can be looking inside my closet in my head, figuring out what I'm going to wear, what I'm going to do today, how many people I'm going to see. There were about 5 different things that were on my to-do list that were all rolling around in my head. So it's like, so take a breath. You don't really need to be doing all of this right now. So it can be all of those things. And what I've learned is the practice is the practice. And so some of the days are those just amazing experiences, and some of the days are just, I like to say it like this way, the practice is put your butt in the chair and do the thing. And whatever happens that day is what happens that day. And stop being attached to. It has to look just a specific way. And so as we begin to practice this practice, we begin to get to a place where we can feel the heart opening, where we can feel the space for everyone, and that we're all here on this planet doing our best, whether in my judgmental way I would think that's their best and what they should be doing or not. And the truth is, we're all on our own individual path, and we're all learning the things we need to be learning. And so it's really not mine to decide what anybody else's path should be or how they should be acting or what they should be doing. It's only mine to get out of my judgment about what something else should look like, because every time I have a negative thought, I'm adding to the negativity.
Mm.
And so just moving into that space of quiet acceptance of maybe that person needs me to send them love instead of sending them other emotions.
We won't mention those.
We won't. And so we are each on our individual path. We are each experiencing that which is ours to experience, to move to our next experience. And we don't know what that is yet either. I imagine some people do. I don't. And it's okay, because learning and growing and being and having people to love and human experiences can really be lovely when we just let ourselves get out of the way and just allow it to flow. So,
I want to talk about tragedy.
okay.
It's interesting how a tragedy can bring the fullness and of the sweetness of God into your life. Many years ago, and I hope you remember this, we watched this film called War Dance. You remember? Does it ring a bell? Well, it's about the Ugandan tragedy where all these young people whose parents were murdered, and they were mostly farmers and stuff, were put into camps, and there were different camps, and some of them were real rich camps, and some of them were very poor camps. And the story that this film was about these three kids, two brothers and a sister, whose parents were murdered, and who were put into the poorest camp there was. But there was something about this camp where people were very musical. So these three children focused in. It's interesting because when a tragedy happens, the sweetness of spirit will bring your focus almost single-minded to something that will carry you through the times of grief. And for these kids, it was a competition, a national competition, where they would come and they do like three different things: a traditional song, a modern song, and a dance song. And one of the characters who I kind of zeroed in on was a young boy who played a xylophone, and these xylophones were handmade out of each what are they called? What are the little things called? Chord or keys. Each key was made out of wood, and it was made in perfect precision to get the right note. And this young man had a xylophone, and there was one key on it that if he hit it wrong, it would pop up because it wasn't totally attached. And it just showed you where they were and how brilliant they were in order to hit this key without it popping up. Anyway, I'm getting sidetracked. So this competition was 200 miles away, and they had to ride on a truck. And it was amazing because there were people hanging onto the side of the truck and on top of the cab. And I think of how we're so uptight about our seatbelts.
Yeah.
And here these folks are like, no care in the world. We're hanging on the truck, and the truck's going 50 miles an hour, and we're all safe. But anyway, it was a 200-mile trip, and there were going to be 350 different schools, because these 3 kids had a school in their camp and they were representing that school. And there were 5,000 people. So they get to the camp and they're making their own costumes during the time that they're there, before they're to entertain. And the sister was a dance. I forget what the other brothers did, but the young xylophone player entered as a xylophone player. And he had his time and he played his xylophone and he felt so good about himself. He thought he claimed for himself that he was going to be the premier xylophone player of Uganda. And he said having this to focus on took away all the pain, took away all the grief, and gave him something to fill his soul in and to give his soul to. Well, the competition took place and they didn't win the grand prize, but they did win individual prizes. She won the dance and he won the xylophone. And they took the 200-mile trip all the way back, hanging on the truck. And he got into the town, and all the people in town were cheering and welcoming him because they had gotten notice that he had won. And he was so uplifting. And it's so funny because not only did Spirit bring its sweetness to him to enable him to do this journey and to play his music, but him winning brought sweetness to this poorest little village, little camp in that area. And to me, that says it all, that if you open up to the sweetness of God, if you allow yourself to focus when that path gets so narrow, to focus on what it is that you want, what it is that will bring you forward, then the sweetness of God will meet you right there and will give you everything you need besides the work that you have to do. But this young boy was so inspirational that he uplifted his camp, and the sweetness of God was shared amongst them all. It was a beautiful film.
That reminds me about, at the same time, the story of Immaculate Ilbegiza. Do you remember her? And she was shut in the bathroom.
Oh, yeah.
During all of that time. And there were people outside banging on the doors, having the feeling that there were people in there they hadn't killed yet. And so they were actually barricaded. There were, 6 or 9 or something in a tiny little bathroom. And she not only lived through it, but she had the opportunity afterwards to forgive the people who murdered her family.
Yeah.
And I don't think most of us have that kind of trauma in our lives. I mean, I think about the little things that have happened to me that I get so uptight about sometimes, and think about what that would be like, and to be so aware of the sweetness of God, even in the situation that she was in, and then be able to be that place of forgiveness. That is the sweetness of God. That is the sweetness of God.
And each and every one of us has the opportunity to allow the sweetness of God to move through us and to let it flow into the world and share our sweetness with the world, because God can reveal its sweetness only one way, through us, through me, through you. And there are many opportunities that we can have, even if it's just saying hello to somebody that's having a bad day and giving them a smile. Or I was recently watching a piece about, I think it was in Norway or Sweden or one of those places, and this man had lost his daughter and he'd lost his will to live. So he just sat on a street corner and had a little sign saying, support me if you want, or something like that. And he was telling a story about how losing his daughter took everything out of him, and how he received sweetness from people walking up to him and just not even necessarily giving money, but saying hello, just being recognized meant so much to him. And I think about, do we recognize all the folks that are in our life, or do we get caught up in thinking about, oh, I need to do this, and you don't see who's before you? I mean, you look at them, but you don't really see them. And I just feel that when we have those opportunities, share our sweetness, because God wants to share his sweetness through us. And as we share it, we receive more of it. There's not enough sugar cubes of God to ever run out. It's so good. It's so good to experience its sweetness all the time, all the time.
All the time.
And if your path narrows, just close your eyes and remember a time when you had the experience of sweetness, and bring it back to life within you, so you can proceed on your path, because your path is glorious. It's more than glorious. It's divine. It's fulfilling to every one of us. Who you are means so much to us, to me. And I thank you. Thank you for being here and now. God is good.
So I just invite you to close your eyes as we recognize there is only this one power, this one presence, this one life, this absolute intelligence that is within each one of us and everything. It is all we can see and touch and smell and taste, and more than that. It is everything present on this planet. It is everything in the solar system. It is everything billions of light years away from us. It is all that we are one with it. One with that power, one with that presence, one with that one light, one with the stars and the planets and the oceans and the rivers and the wind, one with all of it. So I'm just blessed this day with love and peace and truth and harmony and abundance and prosperity for every single person on this planet. Let us be that place of the opening of our hearts. Let us be that place of awareness of the oneness of God, awareness of the truth of our being, awareness that we're one with the one and one with each other and one with all that is all the time and every breath and every moment. So I also take this moment to just surround Kim in her healing and know that right where she is, the power and presence of God is healing, is uplifting, is that amazing power and presence of the divine that is speeding that healing. And I know for each person that is helping her in any way, the doctor, the mother, everyone, everywhere, I just know that that love and that power and that presence is right where they are. So in absolute gratitude.
If I had the other Kim, that prayerful place, the Kim that's with us now, that leg heals and gets strong, and she's the vibrance of who she is, also the vibrance in her knee.
Right.
Back. I get it straight. God knows what it is.
That's right.
But we just send out our love and light, knowing the light heals and uplifts. And for anyone else who is in this moment seeking a desire in their life, something that they wish to add to this collective consciousness, just right where you are, whisper it out into the air. Surround you with light and love, and all is well. So I know that this word that has been spoken is fulfilled right here, right now. There's nothing left to do but give thanks for its fulfillment. By letting go, letting God, and simply allowing it to be. And together we say,
Apple. What?
With eyes closed, open the door inside your heart. Feel your way around. Take the inward passage. It's not far. Come as you are. Peace will greet you. Sweetness will meet you. For a hidden thrill found by keeping perfectly still.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. That was so beautiful.
That was, yeah. You do the right things at the right times all the time. And we're thankful. Okay,
It's
we've
the-
got, go ahead.
Oh, I was just going to say, it's the sweetness bleeding through.
All the time. Thank you. We'll be right back in a few moments. We got some business to take care of. So here we are again. We know that you know that as you give, you receive.
Mhm.
So we're just another place where you might want to consider giving in your abundant world, and know that as you give, we give appreciation, and we send the light and love out to you. And we give thanks for anything that you can share with us, even if it's a prayerful place for us to grow and expand.
That's right.
So you want to tell them?
I do. So if you use Venmo, you can use the QR code that's going to appear up on the screen in just a minute. And the easiest way is to go to our website, cslnorthmetro.org, and there are a couple ways to give out there. You can give once, you can set up a regular monthly or however often, what do they call it, repeating, whatever they call it, you can do that too. And so I think that's it. That's the easiest. There's also stuff on the screen about texting to give. And so thank you.
Yes, thank you. So just imagining this basket as filled to the brim and supporting this vision that our spiritual center holds. Repeat after me. I give thanks for this opportunity to give.
I give thanks for this opportunity to give.
I give freely with my heart,
I give freely with my heart,
knowing that these gifts go out and bless many people.
knowing that these gifts go out and bless many people.
I'm thankful for as they come back multiplied.
I'm thankful as they come back multiplied.
Knowing this is so,
Knowing this is so,
I let it be,
I let it be,
and so it
and
is.
so it is. Amen.
Amen. Faith. Landsittel.
that love is all around. Let me know, love is all around. Oh, let me live in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me live in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me pray in a holy, holy way. Let me pray in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me stay in a holy, holy way. Let me stay, holy, holy way. Oh, let me serve in a holy, holy way. Let me serve in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me stay in a holy, holy way. Let me stay, a holy, holy way. Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me live in a holy, holy way. This is a song you can sing, and I know it'll be going through my head the rest of the day. Wherever I do, wherever I go, I'll be saying, oh, let me drive in a holy, holy way. Let me drive in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me play in a holy, holy way. Let me play in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me live in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me share in a holy, holy way. Let me share in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me know that love can heal us all. Let me know love can heal us all. Oh, let me speak in a holy, holy way. Let me speak in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me listen in a holy, holy way. Let me listen in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me live in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me live in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me live in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me share in all that love's around. Let me share all the love's around. Oh, let me be in a holy, holy way. Let me be in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me live in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me live in a holy, holy way.
And so it is.
So it is. Yay.
That was a very prayerful song.
It was.
Ah. Is there any last announcements before I?
Well, I want to ask people to join us on Zoom after the service and share your ahas. So the it's in the comments, the link to the Zoom meeting, right? And if you miss it there, it's always on our website, cslnorthmetro.org, and sign up on our email list to get a weekly email with the Zoom link and the activities. You guys have something to say before we close out?
Good message. I'll be meeting
Nice
the
service.
sweetness all week long.
Yay.
And thank you, Paul. That's
Yeah.
really great music.
Thank you.
It's an honor to play.
Thank you, Sheila and Doug, for the work.
Greg?
Greg.
I answered anything. Just don't call me late for dinner.
Right.
Oh, brother. Well, thank you, too. We love you. We love you, Paul. And just know that wherever you go, whatever you're doing, the sweetness will meet you there. So let us pray. I know that this day has been a true blessing to all who have tuned in, to all that we will meet, because we take this sweetness with us into our day and into our week, knowing that everything unfolds and fulfills itself perfectly in our life. We are guided and directed to our highest yet to be, and our path is wide and long, and we live it to the fullness. For this and so much more, grateful for each person that participated today, grateful for life. And in this sense of absolute thanksgiving, I release, I let go. And together we say,
So it
And
is.
so it
So
is.
it is.
hallelujah.
Thank you so
Blessing.
much.
Thanks.
See you on Zoom.
Ciao, babies.
Ciao, baby.